Throughout history, Toyota has been synonymous with groundbreaking advancements in the automotive industry. But when it comes to electric vehicles, they've encountered a few speed bumps. Despite multiple attempts to conquer the EV space, Toyota's endeavors seem to have stumbled, leaving the company playing catch-up. Rewinding the clock, we recall Toyota's ambitious strides into the world of EVs. Back in 1997, they introduced their first electric SUV, only to face a disappointing market response. Undeterred, Toyota ventured forth with a second-generation electric SUV in 2012, this time partnering with none other than Elon Musk's Tesla to create the electric RAV4 EV. This collaboration seemed like a match made in automotive heaven, with Tesla providing the cutting-edge battery and powertrain technology. Yet despite the potential, the electric RAV4 EV failed to make a lasting impact. Little did they know their partner in crime would go on to become a dominant force in the EV market. Fast forward to the present day, and Toyota finds itself facing new challenges. Recognizing the need for change, former CEO Akio Toyoda openly acknowledged his old-fashioned viewpoint and stepped back to allow a fresh perspective. Koji Sato, the former president of Lexus, now holds the reins of Toyota, poised to steer the company into a new chapter. However, the industry was left astounded when Sato unveiled his novel strategy. Instead of chasing the electric dream, he charted a new course, setting Toyota's sights on a shocking destination, achieving their electric goals, but not until the year 2050. While Toyota casually tries to regain its footing, another contender has emerged, Tesla's Model Y. This remarkable electric vehicle is vying to dethrone the long-revered Toyota Corolla as the world's best-selling car, potentially this year. As the Model Y continues to gain momentum, Toyota finds itself dabbling in various other technologies which won't yield substantial sales figures for years to come. As time ticks away, the question remains whether their diversification efforts will materialize before the electric revolution becomes an insurmountable force. And before we continue, stop using Yahoo Finance, stop using Google Finance, and have a look at our website, themarketisopen.com, where we have instant stock quotes and a brand new set of quarterly financial data going back up to 15 years on over 9,000 stocks, and it's all freely available. For almost a century, Toyota has demonstrated itself to be an innovation powerhouse, leaving an enduring mark on the automotive industry. The introduction of the Toyota Production System, or TPS, a groundbreaking concept in manufacturing, revolutionized the industry by eliminating waste, improving efficiency, and setting new standards for quality control. TPS, also known as lean manufacturing, served as a blueprint for lean production methods that have been adopted across various industries worldwide. Another milestone in Toyota's impressive journey was the launch of the Prius in 1997, the world's first mass-produced hybrid vehicle. This breakthrough in hybrid technology, which seamlessly combined an internal combustion engine with an electric motor, not only reduced emissions but also revolutionized fuel consumption. The success of the Prius paved the way for hybrid technology to become mainstream, positioning Toyota as a trailblazer in sustainable mobility solutions. Toyota's unwavering commitment to quality and reliability has also become legendary within the automotive realm. Their implementation of total quality management and a continuous improvement philosophy ensured that Toyota vehicles were synonymous with durability and customer satisfaction. Time and again, Toyota's relentless pursuit of excellence set new industry benchmarks. Additionally, Toyota's just-in-time manufacturing system transformed industry management in the automotive sector. By delivering components and materials precisely when needed in the production process, Toyota streamlined operations, reduced costs, minimized waste, and achieved remarkable efficiency gains. Furthermore, Toyota has consistently prioritized safety innovations, cementing their position at the forefront of vehicle safety advancements. The development of the Toyota Safety Sense suite, featuring cutting-edge features like adaptive cruise control and pre-collision systems, has significantly contributed to enhancing safety standards globally. However, amidst their storied history of innovation, Toyota now finds itself navigating uncharted territory, and perhaps even to go as far to say that they may even be slipping on some of their principles. When it comes to electric vehicles, Toyota only has a single EV offering, the bZ4X, a bare-bones compliance car that falls alarmingly short on several fronts. With underwhelming range, lackluster performance, and a dated design, the bZ4X fails to inspire excitement or compete with its electric counterparts. This is an unforgiving and relentless playing field, leaving no room for subpar vehicles. Even Volkswagen's ID.3 car, which is less than half the price of the cheapest Tesla vehicle, is getting trounced in the world's largest auto market in China, as they're seeing an astounding 30% decline in forecasted demand. Consumers are voting with their money for higher quality vehicles like Tesla's Model 3 and Model Y, and so if Toyota wants to be a real competitor, they'll need to bring something more polished and compelling into the market. Toyota's bZ4X also faces limited charging infrastructure support, further restricting its viability as a practical and convenient EV option. In the United States, we've seen domestic players Ford, General Motors, and Rivian hop aboard Tesla's NACS charging standard. Volvo and Polestar in China, and even European players like Mercedes are joining in, with Volkswagen, the second largest automaker in the world, said to be in talks to make the switch as well, while Toyota is still silent on the matter. This would open up Tesla's supercharger network to automakers that join, reducing range anxiety for third-party cars, which is a key selling factor that Toyota's current and future EVs could benefit from. However, it should also be noted that most of these companies that have committed to using Tesla's NACS charging standard will only begin putting the connector into vehicles around 2025. This might actually hinder sales for the next 2 years, since it discourages people from wanting to buy a current car with an outdated CCS plug requiring an adapter. Given that Toyota has barely released any EVs, it seems like a good opportunity for them to make this change quickly and early on. But Toyota really finds itself caught between a rock and a hard place, as major recalls for the bZ4X epitomizes just how far behind they've fallen in the realm of EVs. And that may be why the company is looking elsewhere for opportunities. In a report this week from Reuters, Toyota executives said that they will focus on selling hydrogen-powered trucks and cars in Europe and China, in a push to sell 200,000 of these fuel cell vehicles by 2030. This is not a very large number, as even Toyota's chief technology officer admitted, and it also seems to be the total cumulative sales over the next 7 years, which is much lower than having a production rate of 200,000 vehicles per year by 2030. Currently, Toyota's main offering is the Toyota Mirai, and they've sold a total of roughly 3,900 hydrogen engine and fuel cell-based vehicles in 2022. But earlier this month, Toyota set up a dedicated fuel cell unit called the Hydrogen Factory in order to consolidate its R&D efforts in Europe and in China, add partnerships, and develop innovative next-generation fuel cell technology. And according to the Reuters article, Toyota said that the hydrogen fuel cell market will grow to $35 billion by 2030, 15-fold from 2020 levels. Now, to put this into context, that's like saying a million-fold from 1908 levels. 2020 was 3 years ago, and it was the pandemic year where all vehicle sales did terribly, so clearly it's a very favorable comparison. But in fact, $35 billion for the entire market is tiny for a company like Toyota. First off, there's plenty of companies who are going to be competing in the space, including Honda, BMW, and Hyundai, that will acquire a portion of this market share. Toyota's targets of 200,000 cumulative vehicles is also nowhere close to $35 billion, so this number is fairly meaningless. The difference between these other auto manufacturers and Toyota is that Toyota needs to defend its current massive market share as they sell roughly 10 million vehicles per year, which generates over $250 billion today. Hydrogen will play a fractional role in maintaining this over the years to come until 2030. And it doesn't even seem like consumers are gravitating towards these hydrogen cars. In the first quarter of 2023, it's reported that US hydrogen car sales fell 30%. This is at a time when electric vehicles are booming, and the size of the EV market by 2030 is predicted to be over $1.5 trillion, about 42 times larger than the entire hydrogen market forecast. Now, it's typically a good strategy to diversify and to cover some of these other markets. Of course, Toyota would love it if they became a leader in hydrogen engines, which made EVs obsolete. But that doesn't look like it's going to happen. It seems like Toyota is trying to defend everything, in which case they may end up defending nothing. Consider the importance of being able to focus. Tesla, for instance, achieved over 200,000 electric car sales in 2018, about 15 years after the company was established, and they did it on the back of the Model S, 3, and X. This required new gigafactories to be built, which were years in the works, a ton of new technology, and relentless attention to detail and refinement of the products. The point being that it's a massive endeavor to produce, research, develop a new type of car. If Elon Musk wanted to do a little bit of hybrid vehicles, plug-in hybrid, some hydrogen, and expanding locations to all of these different countries at once before the product was even proven, there's no doubt that Tesla's battery electric vehicles would have suffered dramatically. And yet this is exactly Toyota's strategy, trying to focus on all of these different technologies at once, spreading thin their engineering teams and talent. The majority of Toyota's revenue comes from fossil fuel-based cars, but given the growth in EVs, it's clear that electric will dominate the market in a few years' time. It makes sense to skate to where the money is going to be, and given Toyota's hydrogen market forecasts, even they don't believe that hydrogen will be very big in the future. Toyota's hydrogen engine is based on fuel cell technology, where hydrogen gas is converted into electricity through a chemical reaction with oxygen. This electricity powers the vehicle's electric motor, producing zero-emission water vapor as the only byproduct. Hydrogen has some advantages, including higher range, refueling speed, and good cold weather performance. But the list pretty much ends there, and electric vehicles are advancing so quickly that these may no longer be advantages for hydrogen in the near future. We're starting to see EVs with vastly increased range, higher voltage charging is being implemented which will speed up charging times, and cold weather performance continues to improve, especially with innovations like Tesla's octavalve heat pump. But hydrogen vehicles completely lack the refueling infrastructure. While Tesla basically owns the supercharging experience, as they've built it out over the last decade, starting with the launch of the Model S, EVs have the big advantage of being able to charge overnight from home, since electricity-based wall sockets are already ubiquitous. Not to mention that electricity is stored much more efficiently in a battery versus being converted into hydrogen and then back into electricity. And besides the potential safety issues with still driving around with a tank that can combust, one of the biggest impedances for hydrogen is simply the economics. The cost to fill up a vehicle, such as the Toyota Mirai, is even more than regular gasoline. And so Toyota is allocating resources away from its already lagging EV business in order to further focus on a dead-end hydrogen technology. In order for Toyota to maintain its current 10 million vehicle sales per year, about 10% to 12% market share of the global car market, they simply have no other choice but to be a leader in electric vehicles. Whether they become a leader in hydrogen or not doesn't actually matter if they're giving up the true core of their business and relinquishing their primary source of revenue. The electric vehicle business demands Toyota's unwavering commitment, and the consequences of not shifting quickly enough could determine the company's relevance in the future. So do you think Toyota is making the right choice by doubling down on hydrogen with new centers in Europe and in China? And if you were the CEO of Toyota, how would you run the company differently? Don't forget to watch my last video on Volkswagen's 30% drop in EV demand. Please hit the like button and subscribe, we would really appreciate that. And a huge shout out to all of our patrons that helped us support our channel. By joining us, your support helps us to continue to make great content. Thank you guys so much for watching.